So by far, one of my favorite things to talk about is power solutions. Now I've actually made a video already about the 𝗦𝗧𝗨𝗙𝗙. I'll leave that link below. It continues to be one of the most useful pieces of tech daily in my studio and when I go on location to travel. This thing is one giant battery bank that has a bunch of cool features that allow it to last for a very long time. Inside here we have a 1229 watt-hour battery, which will power up to 1500 watts of devices. Now in that video, I literally tried to max it out completely, and it is difficult to do. I mean, my giant studio light right here is 500 watts, which is one of the biggest significant things. You can plug in laptops, but on average, those are around, what, 60 watts or so. Plug in phones, there's another 20 or 30. Drone batteries, tablets, cameras. I mean, I tried to fill almost every port here, and I was not able to max it out, which means that you can connect pretty significantly power-hungry devices to it as well. Now, because it's actually Earth Month, Anker is doing a really cool promotion right now, where a portion of every sale is going to be donated to 𝗦𝗧𝗨𝗙𝗙 to help protect the world's oceans. Speaking of being green, we're talking about one of my favorite accessories for this, which I just got in. Oh yeah, power of the sun. So this is Anker's 100 watt solar power panel for the 𝗦𝗧𝗨𝗙𝗙 as a standalone device to hook up to the 𝗦𝗧𝗨𝗙. You can actually hook up to 3 of these. Now, I'll be honest, I've never actually really used solar power devices before. I've been super interested in solar paneled roofs and all that, but it always felt kind of, is it complicated to hook up and actually run? Is it kind of more of an annoyance and a hassle than a benefit? Well, I can tell you after a couple weeks of using this, this pretty much is just gonna live in my car for a number of reasons, even if you don't own a 𝗦𝗨𝗙𝗙. Let me explain. First of all, look how compact this thing is. It's practically a briefcase. It's briefcase style with the nice handle. It's incredibly thin, and as soon as we open the Velcro, you may think that it's this big. It's not, it's larger. We actually have 4 solar panels in one. Now, the materials that this is made of is incredibly scratch proof and IPX4 water resistant, so you don't even have to worry about it being out in the rain if you have it hooked up and then it starts raining. In the front, you have 2 nice pouch cases. So if we open up this top one, which is actually just kind of this more netted, we can see this permanently attached little box right here. This is how you actually connect it to the 𝗦𝗨𝗙𝗙. It also has a USB type A and type C output. So again, you don't even need to own a Anker power station to use this. If this was just in your car and you're out in the middle of nowhere and your phone dies all of a sudden because you ran out of battery, all of your battery banks are dead, you can still use the power of the sun. Just plug in USB type C or USB type A port and power all of your devices there. And then on the bottom here, we have the actual longer cable to connect to the power station. But again, there's plenty of room in here. You can fit, if you have all 3 panels to hook up to the power station, you can fit all your cords in one. Or if you just have other accessories, you can throw in, you know, charging cables for all your devices into here as well. On the back of the power station here, you just open up this flap, where of course we have our normal AC power port. But then on this side, we can see a little proprietary port for this. And then again, you would unfold all these panels, which I'll show you how to in a second. Plug it in there and boom, you're done. Literally on the display of the power station, it will now show your input power as well. So that how many watts are recharging the battery from solar. There's no settings to change. There's no power on buttons. You just literally plug and play. The design of this is pretty genius. So sun monitoring thing here in the front that just has a little dot and then a red circle on paper below it. And so as you move this around and the sun is right above you, the dot is going to create a shadow on the white section. And you basically just want the shadow of the dot to land in the red circle, and that means that it is at the most optimal angle to receive the sunlight. So that's nice because you don't really have to have any guesswork for like, oh, is this a good angle? Is this the best angle I could be getting? But basically there are 3 sections that have built-in stands. They're held in by Velcro. Each one has a little strap attached to it. And so the way it works is that when the strap is fully extended, it's gonna be at a good angle. There's one on either end, and then actually where your pouch is the third middle one. It collapses easy once you're done. You just kind of fold everything in. Bada bing, bada boom, you're back to a nice small briefcase style setup. That mic is definitely in my shot now. Now for photographers and filmmakers, something like this setup is actually super incredible to have, because a lot of times we go out for all day shoots, and I happened to be on a shoot recently where we kind of split it into two, where we had stuff during the day and then we had to do some nighttime stuff as well. And I knew that I needed to charge things constantly. I had a lot of gear on me and a lot of high powered gear like V-mount batteries, multiple cinema camera batteries, a couple lights. And so I knew I was gonna be using up my 757 power station throughout the day, but then I also needed to recharge things at nighttime. And so this actually came in super clutch for that as well. One of the biggest downfalls of any battery, of course, is thinking about how you're going to allocate how much power you have to charge. So currently I have plugged in a couple drone batteries, drone remotes, my phone, and even my Ronin 4D batteries. And right now it's pulling about 110 watts of power, and this solar panel can actually do up to 100 watts, but it's Ohio, so it's actually pretty cloudy. And so I was wondering if it was gonna work at all, but it's actually being able to charge it around 50 to 55 watts. While that's not giving me unlimited power for what I have currently plugged in, it's basically doubling the amount of time that I could use this Anker. And that way by tonight, when I actually need to power my 500 watt light, I can have a couple of hours because it's all the way charged, even though I won't have time to take this home today and recharge it there. Like I said, each of the solar panels are going to give you up to 100 watts of charging power, and you can actually hook up 3 to the power stations. So using a splitter cable, if you get that combo pack, and that'll give you up to 300 watts of charging power. That means for the 757, you can go from 0 to 100% in just 4.5 hours. I know talking about things like batteries and solar panels may not be the sexiest topic, but to me, Anker has been one of those brands that makes me excited because their designs are always incredible. All the products feel very high quality. They last a long time. And again, they just put a lot of good technology into the products that you as the end user don't even think about, but they'll keep your devices lasting longer, healthier, and of course, charging all of your stuff safely without at the risk of overheating, overcharges, stuff like that. Huge thanks to Anker for sending all this stuff out and sponsoring this video again. Thanks so much for watching. See you guys in the next one.